you are just overhead lines, and you have wires coming into your house, and if some power plant is switched on already and you switch on now, that instant you get energy. So time, instantaneous, and for transport, time, and the flexibility, almost all done. In terms of flexibility, if you ask engineers, they say it is easy to control. Okay, so now considering these three as major points, I am not telling that these are the only 3 points you can say. You can say any other points, but I will consider these are the 3 very important points. Right? So transportation is very easy as well as simple, and it is not a time-consuming energy conversion. It is instantaneous energy conversion, and I would say that I would flip these two. Control is the second important aspect. Because you can control electricity as flexible, you are doing plenty of things nowadays. I don't know how many of you, I think many of you must have experienced now that there are AI-enabled lights, there are AI-enabled audio system, right? And please remember, when you say AI-enabled lights, it is going beyond our thinking. You know what? There is an AI-enabled air conditioner is there. You know what it does? When you enter, the air condition will be switched to its mode. That is quite possible only because the source of energy is electrical energy. If the source of energy is not electrical energy, you do not get such flexibility in terms of controlling anything. You name any. Now the same strip of LED light, you can change the colors. Very old. You in your mobile phone you can change the color of the lights. Right? Now, what I am telling, this is all instantaneously possible. That is because the speed of electricity is fast. You can have a very high control over it. Let us get little more technical. When you say this converters, okay. Now, what is general expectation? Let us say, if I need 100 watts of power, I think watts is very common unit. It's a unit of power. If I want to utilize 100 watts of power, ideally, I should have taken only 100 watts. I want 100 watts, I should have taken 100 watts. But that is impractical. There will be losses in between, right? So, if you want 100 watts, I may spend 120 watts. So, what is this 20 watts I call? It's a loss. I lost because I had taken 120 watts, but I got only 100 watts. So 20 watts is a loss. And losses are possible majorly in converter 1 and converter 2. So what is the next technical importance is that if these two converters are very effective, if you ask engineers, they use a terminology called efficiency. If the efficiency of these two converters are very high, then I can accept this technology. Otherwise, see, let's say I want 100 watts, I may need to spend 1000 watts. How much will I get? Because you are losing so much of energy as a loss. So, almost all the engineers, especially electrical engineers, they started working on converter 1 and converter 2 to improve their performance in terms of efficiency. Okay? To improve the performance of these two converters effectively. Suppose you purchase a fan. Okay, now I think everyone knows about star rating, 3-star rating, 4-star rating, 5-star rating, right? These rating indicates that for your expected output, you will consume less electricity. That is what your converter do. But this light, okay, this light can be a 16 watts or 18 watts or 20 watts light, or 30 watts, 32 watts light. If you don't believe, for the same illumination, when I say illumination, for the same light, if you have used very old incandescent bulbs, that would have consumed 100 watts. What is a bulb? Bulb is a converter. What bulb does? Electrical energy to light. Now the bulb delivers a procured light by consuming 100 watts, but it's actually worth of consuming only 20 watts. And where is the rest of the 80 watts goes? 80 watts goes as a heat. You know, if you, I don't know how many of you handle that light bulbs. Immediately after switching on, if you touch the bulb, it's very hot. So, what is the purpose of light? Purpose of light is to deliver only light, not heat. But that bulb delivers along with light, it delivers the heat also. That's not accurate. So that converter is not an effective converter. But now what we are doing for the same light requirement, we have got another beautiful converter which is light emitting diodes, LEDs, and that can do your purpose with consuming lesser energy. So that is where these converters are playing a vital role. The entire discussion, we talk about converter 1. What converter 1 does? Non-electrical quantity to electrical quantity, and if it is light to electrical, that is solar. If a converter does light energy to electrical energy, that is called solar.
It's not connected. When connected, this wire is this one.
So what is not getting the technology of solar photovoltaic? Solar photovoltaic is a converter number 1. It is categorized as converter number 1. Why it is categorized as converter number 1? Because it converts light to electrical energy. What is the equivalent converter to electrical to light? Your lamps. Your lamps are electrical to light. Now, if both are not there, what we would have done? We would have opened our windows and received the solar light directly from the light. That's what our ancestors are doing. So, with that input, do you have any quick questions? No, very quick questions, because I just wanted to settle all of you in a common platform. What the common platform is, we are going to talk about converter number 1. In the converter number 1, what is that? We are light to electrical energy. That is the thing of solar photovoltaic. Now tell me, now after my discussion, can you tell me what you expect from converter 1? What is one expectation?
Charger is not connected.
Its efficiency must be high. What do you mean by efficiency? The conversion rate. I mean, if I give some input, there is an output, and if you find the ratio, let us get into small manner. So efficiency generally is given by a symbol eta, that is output power divided by input power. Far square, this denominator cannot be greater than numerator. Correct? So your input cannot be greater than output. So most of the time this eta value will be greater than or less than 1. Right? Be less than 1. Ideally, what is the value? 1. Ideally. 1. Ideally, it must be 1. That means whatever I take, I will convert. Then it becomes eta as 1. So please remember, whatever the conversion efficiency you have, that must be close to 1. So if you make the converter 1 or 2, which you prove that eta value is close to 1, it becomes saleable. You can market it. So if you ask me, if you bring a product and try to sell me, I will ask you the very first question is what is the efficiency of this product. Now we are restricting our talks to converter 1 and converter 2. Either one you bring to me, I will ask what is the efficiency of this converter. The next question is naturally what is the price of that. So if you happen to be in a technical concern, they work on either 1 or 2, converter 1 or 2, you must have a very prior knowledge about what is all about efficiency. This is very essential because it relates to price. If someone could produce eta value close to 1, they would have invested more. Money is there. So the product cost will be small. If their efficiency eta is less than 1, much less than 1, let us say 0.6, let us say 0.5, that's the poorest products. And that means they have spent low cost material and naturally their product value will be less. That's why you would have seen very well. Now, if you go to purchase of any product here, if you look at what is a common rating for a refrigerator, what is a common mechanical rating for a refrigerator, how do you purchase a refrigerator? Forget about star. Let us say you are taking your mom or dad, they are not engineers. They will not look at star, right? Warranty and guarantee. You are missing one thing. Refrigerator.
How many liters capacity?
Liters. What is the capacity of that refrigerator? No, that is very important. You know why liter? See, I'll tell you one second. I generally say in some of the classes, if you go to a hotel as a team, if you look at the right side of the menu card, it is greeted by your friend. If you look at left side of the menu card, sorry, if you see right side of the menu card, you are going by yourself. If you are seeing left side of the menu card, it is greet given by someone. You know what is the right color? Correct. Is that right? That's what exactly happens when you go for a purchase also. Right? If you are okay, see money is fine, then you look at the colors. Okay, that color matches with our tiles color. Ground floor color. I am talking about refrigerator. Later we think about, there will be one knowledgeable person in our family who is nothing but our mom. Especially when you buy such products, she will only say, okay, that's all fine. This will not be sufficient for her. The color is good and all that fine. This is not sufficient. See, there are 8 people in our family and you know how much atta I should keep, how much vegetable I should keep, but you are looking at a color which is of 160 liter, less than 200 liter, it is impossible. So what you should do, is what you have to recap. What you should do is, first you should ask your mom or dad who handles kitchen, they should first choose the size. Among the size, you should select color. It's all wise planning of purchase. Otherwise, no, it will be very random and you unnecessarily spend time. It's okay. See, if you go for a window shopping, that is different. Window shopping is meant for not buying anything. It's not actually called as shopping. That's why it's called window shopping. Window is a good term. You just peep in and come out. It's a window. Right? So what I am saying, when you select your refrigerator also, first you fix the liters. After that, same liter, same brand, colors are same, but that man will say, sir, this is 35,000 rupees, this is 27,500 rupees. I repeat, same liters, same color, same brand, but price is different. That's where technology comes into picture. Now, if you look at star rating, 37,000 would have cost you, will bring you 4 star. This 27,500 brings you 2 star. That's where your dad comes into picture. Because, okay, that's all fine. He will compute slightly what is the electricity bill. No. See, this 2 star will make me to pay 100 rupees extra than this 4 star. Okay, but 37,000, 27,000, 10,000 rupees difference won't it compensate that 100 rupees? You are saving 100. That's where payback period comes. Manage finance. Your payback period comes. If you compute payback period, you should ask many times. You don't ask that fellow. We don't see such many things unnecessary in Google, but we don't search many very important. What is the lifespan of that compressor? See, imagine your payback period is more than the lifespan of the fridge. What is the use of getting that 4 star, right? I'll tell you, being a business administrator person or an engineer, when you purchase your own home product, you should apply your knowledge. Many times we don't do it. There we do only on paper. If there's an exam question given, 2 fridges with these 2 ratings, and these are the costs, and compute the paper, we clearly do it. But when you are asked to do that for your personal aspect, you don't try, but please try, and you will be appreciated later. And that experience will give you much more experience than what you learn from the textbook. So, why the point is raised is that if you could make the stars 4 or 5, and here is the 3 star you see. So, this 3 star represents what is the amount of energy it would consume to deliver this much amount of output. If it is 2 star, if you try to get the same output from a 3 star AC, it will consume more. It is the other way around also. If you make that to consume equally, 2 star will deliver lesser output. So this is the difference between the star. So where is the star sitting? The star finally sits in technology and it finds. So technology, there is no doubt. Because if you want to improve the unwanted efficiency close to 1, you invest more. When you invest more, naturally you will sell it for higher price. Who will sell it for lesser price? No. So there is a point where you may need to look after converter 1 and 2 in terms of price, which actually comes through the technology you use. Second question. I'm still with questions. In general, why are we investing more time and money on now renewable energy sources? That is electrical energy. Now why we are in renewable energy sources? Similarly, can you quote some? I think you know what you mean by renewable. Okay, you can it is not reusable, it is reproducible. See, it is renewable energy. It is not reusable product. Let us say you take a paper cup. That is, people will say that it is one time use, right? But it is recyclable. It is recyclable. That means you can crush it again and make a paper out of it. That is recyclable. And there is reusable and renewable. All three are different words. Don't get mixed with this three terminology. Renewable, reusable, recyclable. Reusable is our silver term. We take the case we use. That is reusable. Okay. And recyclable, what we had now. What is renewable? By nature, it gets renewed by itself. You have fixed deposit fixed deposit in bank, right? And they will give you, the bank will ask you an automatic question. Would you like to renew automatically? I mean, you would have kept your fixed deposit for 1 year. After a year, without your concern, they will renew it. That's called renewable. Right. So energy also renewable. Now I will ask you a simple question. See, let us come back to the price. Now for this converter you need a source, right? And you need light, you need heat, you need mechanical. And when you consume 100 watts of power per 1 hour, okay, if you consume 1000 watts per 1 hour, it becomes 1 unit of energy. 1 kilowatt hour, 1 unit. You know, you are asked to give money for 1 unit of energy, right? And 1 unit is nothing but 1000 watt hour. Okay, this is for 1000 watt hour or 1 kilowatt hour. This is called 1 unit of electric energy. This is what we pay. So this only we pay. Now, question comes, what for you are paying? Now, what for you are paying? That's a surprise question to electrical students. Why I should pay for electricity? Complex question. Simplest question turned to be complex question. Generally, why should I pay for electricity? You are not paying for solar. Every day you are standing outside. That is also your consumer. That is direct power. Very good. Answer is there in the board. It is a processed power, and very importantly, the sources are not direct sources. I'll tell you. How do you get heat? Burn the coal, okay, and heat the water, get the steam. That steam only rotates one mechanical machine, and that will rotate our electrical machine. That only becomes a converter. So you look at, you have to fetch coal, you have to burn the coal. So it is not that you are using an energy which is readily available in nature. If it is not readily available in nature for the converter one, I am talking about converter one. What converter one does? Which converts non-electrical quantity into electrical quantity. The non-electrical quantity, all this while what we are using is majorly a processed energy. So you invest and you consume also. Coal is consumed. That is one part of your payment. The other part, you are sitting here, right, in this place, and you are getting electricity in this place, but that is not being produced in this place itself. It is traveling from somewhere to reach you, and there is a transportation cost. There is a transportation cost. Because for transport, during transportation also there is a loss. For that loss also should produce energy. See, you look at here. I want 100. You need 120, right? Where from that 120 comes from? The 120 comes from the fuel. So the 20 rupees, 20 watts extra is there. No, that also you should pay. It is not that you should pay for 100 alone. You should pay for 120 also, because that. Since you are consuming, you are asked to pay. I mean, since you are consuming, the 20 watts is produced extra. So for the loss of energy, for the production of electrical energy, you are asked to pay. Right. Now, question is very simple. Suppose the energy given to this converter is renewable. It is available plenty and it is naturally renewable. Then what is the cost of fuel? It goes zero. Ideally, the cost of fuel is zero, right? So I told you coal to heat, heat to steam. There's a process involved. But let us say I take energy directly. That's what I told last year, right? When you stand outside, your body is consuming solar energy. You are not paying to that, right? So if it is renewable and naturally available, then the cost of input energy becomes zero. So automatically, the amount I pay for the electricity will become only for the conversion and transportation, correct? That means you need to convert, for that some money should be spent, and you need to transport, for that some money should be spent. So the fuel costs have come down. So it means that for the same 100 watts you consume from the conventional fuels, coal, petrol, diesel, oils, gas and all that, you may need to pay more, which includes transportation, conversion as well as the fuel cost. But when it comes to renewable energy, transportation will be there, conversion will be there, but fuel cost will be zero. So for same 100 watts of power consumption or 1 kilowatt of energy consumption, you may need to pay little lesser than what you are actually paying. That is one reason we look for renewable energy generation. The next immediate reason is all that what you are utilizing here as a heat and all that byproducts, it comes from gas, coal, all that, right? And they are all available in this universe for some period of time, because you are keep digging and started utilizing it. As per the recent survey, our generation will go fine. That means they are estimating 100 to 150 years of renewable from 2014. So you have to subtract 10 years. As per 2014 survey, 100 to 150 years is a rough estimate of existence of what? This coal, gas, because you are keep digging, it is not getting renovated, right? So you are keep consuming. So people started, see, future is questionable then. If we consume everything and leave the space, then the future generation will not have any energy consumption. That means they should go back to our ancestor age. No electricity, to come back to our old concept of utilizing energy. So for that, the research have gone more into renewable electricity. Reason number 2. Reason number 1, price of electricity. Reason number 2, there is a depletion in conventional resources, so we need to look for a renewable exploration. Another important reason is that, how many of you know what is COP26? COP28? Keep thinking, I will explain. There are people working on, I don't know, many of you know, there is always a conference happen with respect to climate change. Correct? You should closely watch what is the discussion, what is the resolution. There is a beautiful article available after all the climate change conference. Okay, climate change conferences are called as COP. That means Conference of Party. P represents parties, and where those COP happens for only climate change. Only for climate change. Now we are going to have COP28. Okay, COP26, you can read it in Google. COP26 suggested that we are making lot of trouble to our climate in terms of pushing lot of waste in the form of solid, liquid, gas. Especially gaseous form of ejection is spoiling our atmospheric condition, and we started getting our atmosphere getting changed as its own. You should read an article about what is happening in the glaciers of Antarctica. It has started melting because our earth temperature is keep escalating. You know the basic science, greenhouse effect, right? So what we should do? We should stop ejecting all greenhouse gases. We call it as SOx, NOx, SOx, NOx, SO2, NO2 or NO, nitrogen oxide, sulfur oxide, and CO, carbon dioxide, CO2. If you have to stop all this, the major thing what you should do is, we should stop ejection from here as well as ejection from here. What is the ejection here? This is the generation side, right? Generation side, we have ejection of burning coal, We have nuclear waste. Okay, so that we have to stop. So what we should do? We should shut down all coal power plants, nuclear power plants. That is one thing which will help us in saving our environment. What is the other effort on our tail end? Stop burning something raw. You know, we easily burn all our dusting products in front of our house. The easy way to dispose. And look at all our vehicles. There's a tailpipe, right, where you have an exhaust of all gases. So we should close that chimneys and we should close the silencer pipe. If you close for all that, environmental will be safe. So how to close this? Go for renewable, where there is no byproducts coming in. That's the one way to close chimneys. I think you know what is chimneys. Chimneys is the one you can see the fumes coming out from power plants. And you should close the tailpipes. Tailpipes of all our vehicles, ranging from two-wheelers to four-wheelers and all. So we have a procedure to close renewable. What is the procedure? Electric vehicle. Now you should close this tailpipe. You have to use electric vehicles. So this is the third reason you would like to save environment. Let us stop spoiling other environmental issues. We should look for renewable energy generation. So that's the answer for second question. And third question. What are the obstacles in renewable energy conversion? What are the obstacles? Simple obstacle is what? Yes, very simple. They are not available continuously. Now you look at the climate outside. If you own a solar PV, you don't waste any power. If you have a wind turbine, if there is no wind, there is no generation. This is one of the basic obstacles. What is that is not there in the conventional energy, because it is human control. Oh, if you want more, I'll put more coal. If you want more power, I'll pass more water. If you want more power, I'll make fusion process very faster. I'll spend more fuel. So, since the source side is controllable, okay, and the output is also controllable, but renewable energy conversion has an uncontrolled, unpredictable, intermittent energy resource. That's the one basic problem in renewable energy generation. The other basic problem is this converter number one. We are yet to get matured in terms of getting solar energy to electrical, wind energy to electric. That's where the research scope is still available. You understood? Because when you say, see, there are changes going on in converter 2. Converter 2 is closer to us, correct? Because we have compact fluorescent lamp, CFL. Now people are saying LED. You do not know what is next. And we had used induction motor based fans. Now BLDC motors are coming. So the converter 2 is keep changing. It's very fast change. But converter 1, it is changing, but it is not as close to converter number 2. So the second issue is the appropriate converter for renewable energy conversion. One is renewable energies are intermittent in nature. Second one is the converters are not so standardized. I would say standardized. They are yet to. If you look at electrical engineering articles in journals, there are so many journals talks about this converter one. Okay, that means how do you effectively convert solar energy into electrical energy? How do you effectively convert wind energy into electrical energy? People started harvesting. I use the word harvesting, right? So when you say harvesting, climate is a very important condition, right? Why there is a month fixed for Sankranti or Pongal? That is the appropriate time of harvesting. Similarly, when you depend on renewable energy source, period for harvesting. How people came to know that the month of January, or in Tamil we call it as Thai, this month is harvesting month. It is by experience. They started, see, all majority of human inventions are happened by accident. We eat barbecue, right? Barbecue need not be a non-vegetarian, can be a vegetarian food, right? If you read the story of history of barbecue, you know, anybody knows what is the history of barbecue? Very simple. You know, there was a fire accident in a house where the cattle were there, this chicken and goat were inside, and they got burned. Before they throw, they started tasting it. And this is the story. Why people, or how people found you should burn the meat or vegetable, which will be more tastier than a raw meat or vegetable. This is the reason. You go back to the history and see, this is how. Now we are getting into very old style. People, how do they make barbecue? They'll burn it, right? They simply burn it. But yeah, we put a lot of other items that makes barbecue was for us now. What I am telling is that many things came by experience. Now somebody should keep watch what is happening. Then only that fellow can tell you that this is the right time to harvest renewable energy. Right? And that is where engineering comes. That's where intelligence required. If you ask who is the intelligent most person in your family for one purpose, it will be your grandma or granddad. You know, now it is a Diwali season, right? There will be a street of street to purchase dresses. Let us say you are the first time getting to the street with your mom or grandma. They will directly take you to one shop. Directly. And when you ask there, why here? Why not next shop? That is where the intelligence was. Now what they did, first time when they are in the street, they will ask everything in detail. And finally, wait, I will come. That will be the answer. When you come out now, when you come out and you ask, wait, we'll see in the next shop. So, say 5, start with third, 2, 1, 4, 3. Then again, 5, 2, 1, 5. 2 rounds, they will land up in third shop. Third shop also, they will say one word. See, you are still found to be costly. I entered rest of the shops, and if you can give me for this money, I can purchase you 4 or 3. He will further reduce to at least 10 to 20 rupees, and she will get the products. This is what exactly we study in optimization. You would have studied, salesman optimization problem, right? I mean, how do you locate an optimal route to reach a place? Traveling salesman problem. Optimal route. It comes by experience. Your mom or grandma is getting detailed to train her brain. And finally, her brain will optimize and say, shop number 3, product number 5 is the optimal and best products. That is mathematics. Now, but to do my engineering problem, I cannot ask my grandma to come with me every day. We'll watch the sunlight. And after 5th day, can you tell me which day is the sunny day? That's where you put a word before intelligence, which is called artificial intelligence. You need a machine which could replace the experience. That's where the birth of artificial intelligence comes. What is the requirement of intelligence optimization? You tell me from your grandma's process. What is the basic input? You need data. What is the data? You should take survey, correct? Go here, go there, come back, do again, and check the product quality. That becomes a multi-objective, multi-constraint optimization. Very difficult. I had one day experience that from the afternoon to evening we searched. Finally we came without anything to home. We'll come back again next week. Because that fellow told that now only we started our sale. Next week there is another bunch is coming. So why don't you come next week? That one word made her to come back again. And since he committed next week fresh product will come, she directly went to that fellow and she was keep arguing that no, it is not, seems to be new, I saw. And that made him to think twice whether I had this product last week or this is new. That fellow itself will get confused. And finally she will prove that no, this is quite old and get price reduction. This is another part of your optimization. See, I'll tell you, every engineering is getting a birth from our own experience, our own hurdles, our own struggles. This is engineering. Okay, so what I'm saying is that you need a powerful tool to predict what is tomorrow's availability of sun. Will it shine between 1 to 2, 3 to 4? How much? So what is the use of that? Use is, if you can predict that fellow, I can tell or I can commit this fellow, I will continuously supply energy. Don't worry. Suppose if he could not commit the time he wants. See, we look at electrical energy during 6 to 10 evening. That time only sun take rest. So how he can commit? So what he has to do? He has to make sure that all the energy he gets from the solar when it is available must be converted in the electrical or some other form and store it. And when this fellow asks, from the storage you push it to the consumer. So there is another important element is essential in renewable energy, that is nothing but storage. So energy storage is an inevitable thing. I am talking about still upstairs. Upstairs is when we need it is not available. When it is available, we don't want it. Right? So there comes the challenge of how to harvest solar energy in appropriate time. In harvesting, there's one more important thing. Godowns is stored, right? It is not that you take from the paddy field and immediately make rice and give to everyone. We will store, right? And that serves for many things. I do not know. There are many storage technology people are used to preserve the food or the raw, seeds. Right? So these are the three major questions which would have made you to settle to understand why renewable energy, why electrical energy, why storage is important, and why some intelligence is required. Intelligence is required because the pattern of energy source is not regular. I cannot guarantee that I cannot instruct my solar, you please available tomorrow during this period to this period. I should make myself available when it is available. That's where intelligence is coming into picture. So with that, let's get into some statistics. I am just my second student. Let us see how it goes. Right. But you all okay, right? You can understand, you can follow what is the intention of this talk. Nature. Nature we already spoken. Integrating renewable energy like now I think you can have a list of renewable energy, photovoltaic, hydropower, and biogas can be an alternate for conventional electricity. Can be an alternate. That's what we discussed. And the storage of fossil fuel is limited on the earth. So I would call it the storage because earth is storing coal for us. It's actually a huge storage. Earth is storing water for us. Earth is renovating water for us. Earth does everything for us. But we always doubt the earth. Right? Right. So it is this statement is very, very important. It is limited. And it will get exhausted soon. And this is unlimited. You see, renewable energy is unlimited. And it just requires sunlight, and wind plants require wind speed. And there must be a flow of air, and there must be a sunlight available. How wind get produced? What is the science behind production of wind? I think 7th standard science book you have studied. Evening time when you go to the beach, there's a breeze comes. What is the reason? It is purely a temperature difference on the earth's surface. If there is a temperature difference in two places, okay, wind will flow from one place to another place. So why you get sea breeze in the evening? Because daytime it stores that temperature in the form of water, and the evening time when the land temperature comes down, that started pushing the air towards the shore, yes, beach, right? So again, please remember, who is the father of wind? Sun only, because who can create temperature difference on the earth? Only sun can do it. So you name any renewable energy, the father and the mother of renewable energy is sun. Wind is a byproduct. Wind and biomass, everything is a byproduct. They are all children and grandchildren. But without this fellow shining to us, you will not get a wind. Right? So because sometimes we will forget basic science. So I just would like to remind you that solar is the source for wind also. Right? Now, this is very interesting number. 52.5% increase in renewable just between 9 years of time. 52.5. It's a huge number. That percentage is really high. And the world is moving towards it, and this number is going to increase further. There is no doubt. And it's good that you have a habit of writing. But what I am telling, I will leave the slides. These numbers you can note down anytime. Suppose if you listen to me, anything which is not on the slide, you write it. If it is already, the numbers are there, you don't need to note down. If I say something which is not on the screen, you can note down. Right? And we should, we should appreciate ourselves. See, the Asian countries are having 66.387% base. Maximum increases we have. South America is also having. And if this system is internet connected, yes, I think this website you should go at least once. Let me see whether it goes. Okay, probably I will show you at the end. This website will tell you the dynamic statistics. They have data up to 2023, 2024 also coming. Wow, okay, I think there's a problem. Okay, we'll check out later. But every one of us, do you get internet connection? Yes. Let them make it. I will show you. But probably because it's very important and interesting website. Electricity Renewables 2023. Though it is named 2023, but they update every year. IEA. Statistics. Some interesting facts and figures. This is very interesting fact. See, by 2028, potential of renewable energy electricity is expected to reach 14,900 14,430 TWH. What is T?
It is connected to Wi-Fi.
What is the size of pen drive you get now in markets? Terabytes. That is the T. Right. Because common man language is TB, terabyte of pen drive, right? This is terawatt hour. Okay. So this terawatt hour is again not going to fulfill the entire requirement. We will see. Yes. So that's an interesting fact, and an increase of almost 70% from 2022. Within 6 years, we are projecting 70% increase in renewable energy. It is possible. It will happen. And actually, someone does this. We all look at that as very big thing. Actually, it is very big. Some change in small thing makes a lot of difference, right? And when I was doing my engineering, 96, 2000. Okay, many of you would have not born. Now when I am handling second year BTech students, very first class, I proudly told, most of your age is my experience. Because I crossed now 21 year of experience. So 21 we are experienced more than our third year boys. But NIT 18 years. So 18 years is a second year boy or girl age. So that sounds little interesting. Why I started saying this is 97 we had a computer programming lab. It was on Fortran 77. That was the language. And then we had C and C++. These computers are actually a magic tool for us. When you type something, it appears. There is nothing connected. That's how we looked at it. So one day, my faculty went outside. She wanted to go outside, and she locked the computer, digital lock. And one friend of mine, after she left, she came to us. Hey, I know how to unlock. Surprised. Okay, show me how to. See, he typed something and put enter. It says it is incorrect password. Again he did. It says incorrect password. Then we asked, what are you doing? He said, see, when I saw he was typing this one, because in the screen you can see 5 dots, right? So he kept 5 dots. Full stop. 1, 2. No, that was our computer knowledge. We were thinking that, see, we don't know what is password even. That's the problem. Password must be a password, right? It's a secret word. How this 5 dots will work, that itself we don't know. And our college brought a new color monitored computer. That was an exhibit for us. We were all asked to stand in a queue and we all looked at the color monitor. Change happens very fast. That supports this term. We may not believe that in down line of 5 years, we will have 70%. How can that happen? It will happen. Something which we imagined it is impossible. Now it has become possible. I still remember in my third year, I was telling after learning instrumentation, basic electrical engineering, I was telling, see, after I become a big man and a big shot, I will construct a house where my doors will open automatically. And not only just automatically, it will recognize a person, then open. That is happening now. It was not there when I was doing my engineering. I mean, it should recognize whether this fellow belongs to you or not. I mean, you should have done a face recognition, and that will be embedded in the door. And when you just come, it will open. If you come, you don't belong to my family or in the group, it will not open. And many Hollywood movies, especially James Bond movies, are becoming realistic now. You should see old James Bond movies. And there is one movie, two movies you should look at. One is Atlas. It's recently released, a Hollywood movie, Atlas. It talks about 28 years after us. From now, 28 years out. It is a very good movie. And it is all about AI. And I don't know how many of you saw iRobot, not our Tamil, not iRobot. It is Will Smith movie that you have seen. You know, one of the fantastic movies where it talks about how robots going to come in our life and how we enrich the knowledge of robots in later days. Very good movie. And I think many of you have seen Kalki. Right? And you would have seen the time travel they show. They show how our Ganga river is going to look like. And I think future. It is all about future. And interestingly, when I was in school, DD, Doordarshan made one serial. That time serial itself a big thing. And the serial name in Tamil, it was NIIT-Trichy. That means Yendra means machine. You know, my lovable machine. That's NIIT-Trichy. You know what happens in that series or serial? One day, one postcard will come. That postcard, if you open and see, that will say, tomorrow you are to die. I mean, date of death will come to you. You have to go and die in one place. You have to go to one place, you will die there. And there will be another card comes to you on this day, go to this place, get married this person. I mean, it will come to you, you have to go and that person also will receive a card. And you are asked to come in one place, you get married. And all our food will be capsules. There will be a vending machine. You press breakfast, it will be 3 tablets. No more dosa, sambar, etc. Right? You know, I am telling you, now we are talking in a very lighter tone and we already close to that area. We'll see. So, now in 2024, variable renewable generation surpasses hydropower. It's a very interesting fact. You know, what I am going to tell in few points is that which energy will, surpass the other energy. We are very good at hydro. Actually, India is very good at hydro. And in 2021, we almost surpasses hydropower in terms of renewable. 2025, renewable surpass coal-fired electricity. This is about universal facts. It's not about Indian context alone. It is a universal fact. You don't believe all smallest countries, Germany, France, and Japan, almost 10 years back, if I'm right, they stopped signing any new power plant plans. There's no more new nuclear power plants. There's no more new thermal power plants. And they asked to shut all the conventional power plants. You don't believe Germany has already started running the entire load on renewables only. Then it's possible. Right, 2025 wind surpasses nuclear electricity. See, it is all who replaces what? whom? Now we are running out energy in wind, renewable, thermal power plant, nuclear power plant, hydro power plant. These all will be replaced by someone. That is what I am telling. 2026, solar PV surpasses nuclear power generation. Then 2028, solar surpasses wind itself. There is a competition comes between renewable itself. See, if you look at the other competition, there are other competitions are only between renewable and conventional. But if you look at the last competition, it is between renewables. What is the special about solar PV? What is special? Why it could surpass? One simplest reason which will tell that is one of the best renewable energy.
Installation process is easy.
You are close, you are very close. But don't think as an engineer or a business administrator. Think as a very common man. Availability of solar in the world. Okay. Anything else? Have you all used calculator? Are you still using? Right? Many of our calculators are powered by solar. Okay, you would have seen a brown color window in your calculator, that is solar. You know what is the power rating? It is milliwatt. We are running a power plant of megawatt. The only renewable energy which can range from milliwatt to megawatt is possible only in solar. You cannot put a tiny wind turbine which will produce 1 megawatt. You cannot put a tiny hydro power plant which can produce power. You cannot put a tiny biogas plant of this much to produce 1 milliwatt of power. Impossible. The only resource through which you can produce range of power from 1 milliwatt to megawatt is solar PV. So, solar photovoltaic is going to rule the world, there is no doubt. That's why 2028 the wind electricity generation will be surpassed by solar PV generation. Wind is a very good aspect. The only problem is wind potential across the universe is available only offshore. In the sea, the wind is very good. So China has already captured its offshore plants. India is into offshore plants. Offshore plants are difficult to construct, but no, that's what I told you. To construct an offshore wind power plant, you need all engineers, all. You need civil engineers, you need mechanical engineer, you need communication engineer, you need computer engineer, you need AI people. Why do you need AI people? To predict wind. Right? And naturally you need an electrical engineer. And there was a conference for energy. 60% of the attendees were lawyers and managers. Only 40% were engineers. An engineer becoming a manager is the best. Because he or she has knowledge of both. But it's worse for company also sometimes. Because he can divert anything into, he can cook up something. But what I'm telling you, the managers and lawyers are playing a very vital role, especially in renewable energy. So what is the difference? See, they are the one who is going to suggest finally, can you invest in this or not? See, there must be an investor, right? There must be someone should come forward to invest solar PV. Government can do, but we need more private participants. So there is somebody should prove him that this is going to be financially supportive for you. This business is going to become more popular. There are other things which is coming up with respect to renewable energy sources. Again, these statistics are from this website. Okay, now, yes, very good. Renewables are very good. Solar is going to do its best. But now, at present, 2024, after understanding renewable energy is very good, now where do we need to concentrate? As an engineer, where do we need to concentrate? Number one, effective harvesting. We know energy conversion now. we know energy consumption, but how to effectively harvest. Second thing, effective site selection. No, you should not see now almost all state government is state as well as central government is giving subsidies for renewables, especially solar rooftops. Almost all the government is offering money, subsidies there. But let us say you live in an area where your sun shines very less period. You go into a little deeper part of Kerala, or if you go to little deeper part of Uttarakhand and all that, you don't get majority of the time sunlight. There you cannot suggest a solar rooftop. Okay, so yeah, we have pictures, Rajasthan, right? But what I am telling, that itself is very, very important. Next step. See, this is what I told. Converter number 1. Okay, raw solar PV is available, but I should effectively get electrical energy out of it. So the converter must be effectively used. Effective transportation. Well, see, if you remember, I am from a very raw village, That means we get buses only 3 times in a day, and if at all we want something, we should walk for 200 kilometers to catch the bus to that place. There are 3 retail vendors, shops. What they do know, they go to main market in city, they purchase in whole, and they will sell it for us. Now they become very popular in terms of only one thing, transportation. See, if I do travel, now I have a car. Every weekend I have fridge. So what generally people are doing, every Saturday or Sunday they go to market, purchase 1 week vegetables and related things, and then store it. And you think of, I'm talking about 94, 92, 90s. That person is a very big person in my village, because he transport, he take bus, small tempo, in his 2-wheeler. He takes all that effort to bring it. So now he becomes little dull, because everyone wants their vehicle, they travel frequently, they buy whenever they want, they buy wherever they want to go. See, why I am telling, unless otherwise you don't have an effective transportation, it is a major failure of that energy source. Let's say Rajasthan has a huge solar potential, but in that nobody lives. So who is the consumer? I should transport to the common place. From there it should get distributed, right? And the viability of transportation is very, very important. Utilization. It is again, we have to educate people or dictate people. There is only 2 things work. Educate people on energy utilization or dictate. How do I dictate? Dictation is happening so long here. Conserve electricity. One small label will be there. If you are the last person to leave this room, switch off all the lights and fans. They will say, no, I am not the last person. Then where are they? You are the last person leaving this room. So I thought someone will come. So they become the last person to leave. No. But now, dictation works. So what they are going to do now? They are going to introduce prepaid energy meter. In Puducherry, already they made prepaid energy meter. How does prepaid energy meter work? It's exactly work like our prepaid mobile data. Okay. I don't know, you have not lived in that era. I still remember I had switched off data frequently. The data button. Majorly it will be off. Whenever I need, I will switch on the data. Now it is the other way. Majorly it is on. Sometime either it automatically get into a non-data mode region, or I will push it up. I do not know. I don't think how many of you making your mobile phone data off when you go to sleep. I don't know how many of you are doing. My suggestion is, please do that. See, while sleeping, why do you need data? Correct? there are, see, advancements, when advancements happen, there is equally good thing also they are introducing. In many of the smartphones, that will become more suggestive to your health. You know, it will suggest eye comfort mode. After some time, it will change the color. And automatically you can make do not disturb mode. That you can set. And mobile phone, you know, I made one point very clear. After 11 o'clock, 11 p.m., my mobile get automatically switch off. Early morning 4:30 it will wake up by itself. You know, that also need a sleeping time. And it will not disturb us. See, then you will ask, sir, after 11 o'clock if someone wants to contact you, no, it's fine, I lived in that era. After 11 o'clock, if something emergency, I don't call anything as emergency because I have never seen such emergency when I didn't have a landline phone even. I didn't have landline phone. You don't believe, in my MTech, IIT Madras, there is only one common telephone. Okay, so there, if the phone rings, somebody will walk near that way, they will pick the phone and they will ask, whom do you want to talk? Can you call room number 163 Raja? Then there will be a mic nearby. He will switch on the mic and he will say, Raja, room number 163, you have a call. So my call will be known to the entire hostel. Entire hostel will come to know Raja is receiving a call. And if it is exactly 7:10 every day, then people will try to predict something. You know, they go and check who is talking. Why every day 7:10, 7:30 there is a call. And your call duration is manually controlled. You know why? Because I am talking for 10 minutes. The other fellow will wait behind me for this call. So manually controlled. Your call duration is manually controlled. And call duration is economically controlled. Why? Because when you go out for an STD booth, okay, there will be a huge queue and there will be a heartbeat meter. I call that as heartbeat meter. You know why? Because if the time goes, the money will appear there. What is the duration you spoke, and nearby money also will appear. I will wait 99.9 cut. See the restriction. Now I'm talking about the restriction. Now people are freeing unlimited calls. People are bringing unlimited data. So automatically you feel, okay, I am free to talk. And unfortunately, we are not talking to the person who is sitting near to. 100 kilometers away, I have a friend. But a meter away, not even a meter away, less than a meter away, there is one friend, and he or she doesn't know who is it. So effective utilization of anything will fetch you a clear-cut thing. Effective economic models. Look, I think you believe me that this sentence is not written because you are attending. It is a very important one. Economic models are coming very high in the literature. What is economic model? The economic model is that if you invest this much here, okay, and the consumer is trying to pay, right? You should prove that if you have purchased the electricity from this person, you are asked to pay 1 rupee. If you purchase from me, you are asked to pay only 0.8 rupees. That if you prove with your economic model, you are the success. You are successful in the energy markets. We call that as energy markets. What is markets? Market, you get everything and at your choice. That is market. So there is something called electricity market where you buy, you go online, you bid. It's happening now. You can bid electricity. And you can choose electricity from one particular producer for one day. Next day it will change. Because another electric producer will come and say, no, tomorrow I will offer you for 1 rupees 20 paise. Okay, I'll go ahead. So that option is coming. So economic models are coming very, very popular nowadays. Effective operation and maintenance. This is where many of our Indian system fails. They make very good things. They make solar panels installed properly. But you have to make an environmental impacts on solar panels must be cleaned. Regular cleaning. What takes are every year it rains, so it automatically wash off. No, you should make maintenance. So I purposefully made everything in E. This is not taken from literature. This is all from my experience on where we need to concentrate on renewable energy. E is fond of, we are fond of E because we have 3 E's. So I made everything in E. Right. So effective operation and maintenance is a very important one. Now, this answer I told you. Why solar PV is special in renewable? Now I told you. The range of power you reach is very wide. Okay, so this was the answer. This is an interesting block there. Now we are into solar. So we spoke about RES, renewable energy sources. Why renewable energy sources? Where do you concentrate in renewable energy sources? Now we pick up only solar energy. So with respect to solar PV, the interesting thing is this. Look at here. Solar energy can go to an optical concentration. I do not know how many of you played with lens. Anybody played with lens? Using a lens, we put a paper, and concentrate, it will go, right? That's exactly, you can produce higher temperature by concentrating the sun rays. So that is what a high temperature thermal effect. So what you will do is, you make a bigger size lens and concentrators and make a water tube, pass that temperature into the water tube. So what water will happen? It will get boiled and it become a steam. Then I told you, from steam to a machine, and then you can convert that into electricity. That is one form of converting solar into electricity. So the question is, how do you reach electrical energy from solar? That's the question. So you look at this 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 processes, 4 stages of energy conversion is there. Second one, I think this just now I told you, right? Wind energy comes because of solar. So already there is a solar which makes temperature difference on the surface by which wind flows, and again make the electrical generator to electric wind turbine and electrical generator coming. Look at this term. That's called light, electricity. That's it. Light, electricity. So it is only a single stage. Now you remember here, if the converting stages are more, you lose more energy. Right? If the stages of conversion is more, you lose more energy. So what I do, I will prefer this because this is called direct energy conversion. You need only one conversion stage, light to electricity. Now why I shown this figure to you is, it is not only solar photovoltaic through which you get electricity. There are other means of getting electricity from solar energy, but one of the effective way to get electrical energy from solar is solar photovoltaic cells. Now, okay, fine, good. So we understood from the last slide that since solar photovoltaic has only one stage of conversion, we prefer to go for solar PV. But where do you locate? Right? Yes. So first is geographic location. You have to select a site where solar irradiance is more. You know, if you are not into solar, I have to clarify one doubt. It is not hot sunlight gives more energy. It is like more light gives more energy. It is a energy conversion not from the temperature you receive or the heat you receive from sun. It is a energy conversion from the light you receive from the sun. This you should be very careful. Okay, so it means you have a climate outside now, right? But there is a light. It's not like night dark. It's not a complete dark, right? So there is a light. That's why you can see what is in front of us, right? This light is also enough to produce electricity. There's no sun seen, but there's a radiation comes, irradiance comes. Okay, so solar irradiance, you can see here areas with higher levels of sunlight Year around. That is very important. Year around. Around the year, you should get majority of the period sunlight available. You know, there are places we would have seen in our social science book. Sir, it rains 24/7. There is an area, Sirapunji, right? It rains continuously. Then there is a question of light. And we know that daytime is very shorter than night time. There are places. Such places is not so effective for solar eclipse. And minimal shades is very important. So as I said, light is more important. So let us say there are huge trees and there are so many buildings. Then automatically that will make a shades. That shades should be minimal. This is and climate. Climatic condition, it must have a clear sky. You need not to look at this blue color line. The red color lines will convey everything. That's why I made that bold and red. It should have clear skies and low humidity, right? And this high humidity can lead to cloud formation. That's why lower humidity area will be very suitable for solar irradiance. So first point is geographical location, second point is climate. But anyway, under geographical location you can bring all this because based on geographical location your climatic condition also will change. Right? And the land characteristics, the soil characteristics. Now that is what we are facing in our mostly in our place. It's good that in this building we don't see any cracks. There is no running cracks. But in your house or in some other building, you will see a hairline crack sometimes. That all majorly due to the type of soil you have. There are soil, what they does now, they take water intake hugely and keep it with that during rainy time. And once it becomes sunny days, summer, it will evaporate completely and it shrinks. Now what happens? Soil expands, soil shrinks. When this process happens and your building is standing inside that soil, so what it does? First it tights your foundation and it relaxes your foundation. When it tights, your building stays strong. Once it relaxes, it tilts like this. So the smaller tilt, which you cannot see like a earthquake, but that makes the cracks. So what I am saying, scientific, engineering wise, soil is very important to make installation of solar PV panels. And stable soil, it must be a stable soil, so it will be loosened soil. But if loosened soil in one rain, it gets loosened and the entire structure you made to place the solar will fall. So that's another important characteristics for site selection. Fourth characteristic, accessibility. This is very important. See, that's what I told you in example, right? Sir, we have a desert. There no one lives. Then who will consume electricity? Right? So, the solar PV close to roads for transportation material. This is for construction. You do not believe there are still villages in India where they don't have electricity. The reason is they could not lay electric conductors to reach them. But if they still want, the towers what you are seeing, right? The huge towers of electricity, they transport that, the entire structure they transport through helicopter and land it. You would have seen a very massive wind blades traveling on roads. Huge trucks. One blade itself will be in terms of more than 100 meters. Such blades are traveling. Now, when you don't have such arrangement and you have still good solar potential, how do you reach that place? That is one accessibility. What is the other accessibility is, okay, I have huge generation. I have to give to people, right? So it should have an immediate transportation corridor. We call it transportation corridor. What is transportation corridor? There must be a electricity line already available. Then only I can go and plug in power to transport. You should not ask me, you install plant as well as overhead line. Both are costly. So, if your site already has almost a constructed transmission line, so then already there is a power. Now what will you do? Very simple. Those powers are majorly transported from thermal and hydro, right? We have control. You have walls. You ask those fellow to reduce, and now this road will be free. Road means that electricity conductor will be free. Now you can pump your solar. So, if already you got roads and electrical grid, it is easy for us to construct as well as deliver everything. Next, environmental regularity. This is where the lawyers and other people comes into this. Zoning regulation. See, areas with favorable zoning laws for solar installation can be expedite project development. I'll tell you. You would have seen when you travel, there is something called restricted area, forest area, correct? Where you have a lot of vegetations and you have a lot of natural animals housing there. You should not say that I will completely remove everything and place my solar panel. That is not possible. That is where the zoning regulation comes into the picture, as well as incentives. Incentives are very, very important because let us say I have a paddy field. Now, I think we are having a lot of roads being constructed, especially a lot of highways, 4 lanes, 6 lanes, 8 lanes are coming. And if you think of the right of way means you need to plan. I don't know how many of you anytime thought about it, like none of our roads are not straight. They go this way, and there are some roads they go this way only. Okay, in hill it is alright because you can plan only a spiral road. But in plain, why we have this? This all comes because of the land restriction. When you plan, the planner will come to you and it is your land, and they have to pay money and clear it. But if you are not offering the essential incentives, there will be a huge opposition. That fellow will not give you. You would have seen in some places where road will purposefully take like this, go straight, and it will go like this. This area, this zone may be a very sensitive zone, and there are a lot of beliefs. God's belief is there. That happened near the NIIT-Trichy. They could not even relocate one neem tree from the road. The belief is it happened consecutively that when they try to touch the tree for the road construction, there is something happening for that engineer. It had happened. Don't ask me, sir, how is it possible? It had happened. Now how they constructed? They made a route for that tree and they traveled. And one small statue is there. Small statue. It is very small. And we all call that as powerful. How do you make it powerful? We make it powerful, and that makes us very powerful. It is mutual consent. It was very small when I went to NIT 2006. Now it has become a very nice temple. Many people cross that road. People stay there and pray God and go. That they could not relocate. They could not touch that statue. That's what people told me. These are all very sensitive issues when you select a site for solar. Then it's a part. I'm not saying that is that the only reason. No, I'm not telling you. And second thing is, can someone tell me why we put this gravels in the railway track? We have stones, gravels. What do we control? Vibration. What expense? Have you seen railway bridges? We don't keep. You would have crossed a bridge on the railway track. Did you see stones? And then this vibration, expansion, why that is not happening there? Exactly. Vegetation. That's one reason. See, imagine you construct, you lay track today, tomorrow there is a tree. When train goes, there is a tree in that. Because, see, it's all open area, right? Anything can grow. So, there's another reason where, I mean, it's not only reason, one of the reason where, I don't know how many of you think, these are all small engineering things, but we should know. If you travel again in the train, near to some railway station, they would have made a lot of gravels arranged in one pattern. If you have not seen, see again, there will be huge gravels for purpose to lay next time. Now gravels stored. Okay. Now it is open space. Night I can come, daily I can take one sack of gravel and go. How do they identify? There is no CCTV camera, nothing. Have you seen there is one mechanism they use? If you look at that, they will make a white paint on the gravel at all corners. You know what happens if you touch anywhere, that white paint will come down. Can you understand what I am telling you? Your gravels are arranged this way. Okay? And the white paint marking will be there only at the edges of this. If you touch anywhere, that will come down. Next day they will come to know there is someone paint. It is very simple but very powerful. That's what there was one engineering thing, one interview, I think IAS or IDS question, interview question. Soap making company, when the boxes are made for 12, when they sell it, at least one box comes without soap. It's folding without soap, but it is getting packed. And they want to identify it. Very good. So there were engineering people assembled in one place and they started discussing what to do. Put a scanner and put a weighing machine. And the fellow who was working there, he said, sir, you give me one pedestal fan. So when the soaps are crossing on the belt, you keep a pedestal fan. Whichever comes with an empty box will flow up. That's all. No, this is where we need people. But our engineering mind thinks always, you know, I always say that, see, you should not come with the products which prices more than what actually it is. Sir, I have a fan regulator which does a very precise control of speed and it works with the artificial intelligence and everything. And it costs around say 50,000 rupees. What is the cost of the fan? 7,000 rupees. 7,000 rupees, I made 50,000 rupees fan regulator. No one will buy because the main objective is the fan, not the regulator. And why do I need a very precise control of speed? So, okay, see, we have regulator 1, 2, 3, 5 only. We will decide either 4 or 3. And there is still an engineering product. There is no 1, 2, 3. You can gradually change. But I feel that product is worst product. You know, because it confuses to take decision. You know, should I stop here or slightly here? Or little more? That really confuses. But once you are set 1, 2, 3, 4, right, you don't have any intermediate stop. Stop it at 3 or 4. That's it. In Trichy, we don't need regulator itself because we need to run it always 5. The temperature is like that. No regulator is enough. For them, why do you suggest a regulator in this 50,000 rupees? So, when you make any product, you should have an economical study. The engineer fails many times in that. Because we look at that theta. Sir, I got 9.99 efficiency. Tell me the price. Don't ask. You will not buy. If I tell that, you will not buy. So there is always moderate give and take between the technology and money. So incentives, yes, ecological sensitivity. The region with minimal ecological constraints are protected habitats to avoid environmental disruptions. See, for example, in Ooty, Kodaikanal, Uttarakhand, many places, and Kerala especially, we have a lot of landslides. Now imagine someone suggested, sir, sun shines peak and the slope is also very advantageous for solar. Put a solar panel in the slides. Next day morning, everything will be on the floor because you have a landslide. So what you should know about the ecological impact in that area. It is not that only solar irradiation comes as a factor. Okay, I hope you understood. These are the major points which you need to. Okay, now I am done with the perfect site selection. All the points are considered. But, okay, sorry. Temperature and community acceptance. This is very difficult. This is what I must tell you. No, if I have, I will show you. When wind plants are very popular, they made one cartoon. The cartoon looks very interesting. There is one fellow who put one small shop where he sells meats of bird, which is under the winter. Can you understand this cartoon? He sells meat of the bird, and his shop is under the winter. Can you understand that? So when wind turbine rotates and the bird crosses, it chops it and it falls directly, and he starts selling the meat. That's a cartoon. The cartoon is created by this community acceptance. They are environmental societal people. There you cannot, and lot of problem they created, especially with respect to sound created by the wind turbine. They didn't accept because it shouldn't be near to the community. Now, next aspect what they did with respect to solar PV is when the solar panel is exposed to sunlight, the chemical constraint on the solar PV started evaporating some gases. That gases is becoming harmful to human being. This and all comes in the article in newspaper. And if someone comes and asks you, sir, can you utilize your backyard for solar PV? No. That is called community acceptance. It is very difficult. I do not know how many of you know when this telephone towers are laid. You would have seen many houses they have and they rent it or they get leasing. Actually, that is worse. To be very frank, that's not at all good. Near to any cell phone tower is not at all good. I'll show you because our entire discussion is going to be on that. Okay. Now, after picking up all this proper site selection, we close this with this slide. Then we come back after this. After appropriate selection of site, there is a typo. What are the major operational constraints for the solar PV generation? Okay, so everything is ready. All your 10 constraints are taken care. Roads there, there is no violation. Solar irradiation is proper. Think these 3 points and come back. Okay, installed, very nice. But there is no availability of sunlight at the night. So what these fellows will do? They will sleep along with us. All panels will sleep with us. When we sleep night, that also will sleep. There is no energy production. Right. Next. Obstruction of sunlight due to cloud. So all a precursor. Plant was very okay. But these clouds are crossing every time. How can I stop? I have solar power plant. You take a diversion. You cannot put a diversion board for the cloud. You take that route and The second constraint. Right? Availability of land. Sir, we found geographically your house is a suitable place. What should I do? You vacate. We install. Right? And otherwise, all vacant lands are filled with solar PV. Where do you get our food? Where is your so availability of land? So three constraints I am placing in front of you. Number one, non-availability of sunlight during night. Second, obstruction of sunlight due to cloud. And availability of sun. These are all reasonably acceptable points. To surpass this, I have to handle these 3 points. Let us handle ideally. I should get 24/7 sunlight. That's the answer for the first question. No, we are just ideally thinking. No, you think, you say yes. No, that's what I told ideally. Okay? 24/7 sunlight. Second, there is no cloud. No cloud. Third one, sorry, I don't need land. I don't need land for my solar PV generation. We have answered for all the three questions. That is the topic of this FDP. Now you think, I have a satellite where it can see sunlight irrespective of day and night in the earth. Second, we are above the clouds. And where is the question of cloud? I think one good Abdul Kalam saying is there. I don't know how many of you know that. Do you remember? To avoid rain, the crow will fly. The crow will fly. That's for a shelter. Eagle will fly above the clouds. Sea is understood, say eagle. Okay? So go above. Yes, my satellite stays above the cloud. Naturally, that point is above. I don't need that. So all these three points made us to think of going beyond Earth. That is our SPS. Solar power. That we see postings. Now I think you know right now. You are comfortable. Why? We will answer, and how it get executed is in the afternoon. Thank
you. Dear students, now we have our lunch break here. Everyone can have a lunch here itself. Everyone can have a lunch here itself. So again, you have to come back. Time now 1:16 now. Try to come 2:05. Okay, you assemble here 2:05. Everyone please have a lunch here itself. No need to go to your MBA plan. You can have it here. Okay, sir, and respected professors also, please have a lunch here itself. Thank you. And one more, sir. Actually, this is as per AICTE. Evaluation of participants, actually given by AICTE. How they evaluate means attendance 20 marks and assessment 10 marks, and daily you have to write one article. Okay, each session article you have to write daily. You have to submit one article, both morning session and afternoon session together. One article you have to write. Further, 30 marks. Output of session 15 marks. Report outcomes of, that is industrial visit. Industrial visit 10 marks and journal report 15 marks. Together 100 marks. So what you want to do? Daily feedback is important and quiz is important, and article. Morning session is there now, and together afternoon session also. Daily you have to write one page article individually and submit and go. And these three daily need to submit. And about we have 5th day on industrial visit also. That also you have to submit on the day. And then together all 6 days you have to submit one article. Okay. So this is what This is given by AICTE. If you submit only, you will be getting attendance also. Okay, so please watch the session properly, write the article and submit to us. Based on that only, you will be getting. Okay, thank you. You can go and have lunch. Again, we will see you at 2. Thank you. Be here for lunch.